Hello and welcome to the Critically Clueless. Today we are in Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires, and this is going to be kind of a tips and tricks, did you know kind of video. These are the things that I wish I knew when I very first started the game. So some of these things you may already know, some of them you may not know. Hopefully you find this video helpful and entertaining regardless, and if you do, don't forget to hit that like button and of course subscribe to the channel, that way you don't miss out on more videos just like this. We do already have a number of Dynasty Warriors videos on the channel, so don't forget to have a little look-see through the playlist, which I will try and link here. You never know, you may find one or two of those videos helpful. But getting into the very first thing, did you know you can actually upload your created characters so other people can use them in their playthroughs? We also have an active and growing Discord, so if you want to share your characters with other members within this channel, feel free to join. The link for that will be down in the description. But it's actually quite handy to know that you can upload your character. Not only can you upload your character, but you can also get codes from other people's characters, friends that maybe are playing the game that you know of, and have them downloaded into your realm. You can actually have quite a few characters downloaded into your realm as well, and you'll see them littered around the world whenever you start up a brand new playthrough. You never know, your character may even come to your realm. And if you want to share your created character, you could always comment your code down below in the comments. Number 2, did you know some titles are extremely handy within this game? For instance, one of my favorite titles to grab as early as possible is Sage Notions. Now this title is extremely powerful, as well as getting a pretty decent secret plan. You also get a ploy command called Tunsion. Now to use this command, it can be found in domestic affairs, and it's actually really good because the earlier you get it, the better. This gives you 1500 merit and 1500 rations, meaning you can build your supplies up while leveling your character. Especially early game, I found it's a great way to kind of over level my character. I think sometimes you kind of need those extra levels in the harder difficulties, so for me, this one's absolutely gold. Sticking with political commands for a second, did you know you can actually sabotage or directly destroy the walls of the defending nation that you want to attack, lowering their defense, meaning it's easier for you to win your wars. Now on hard and chaos mode, this is extremely important, really helpful, and definitely makes a huge impact on battle. Yes, you have to unlock the necessary titles in order to get this, but it's huge, knocking down 10 to 15 defense on the realm that you are targeting. Seriously, this is an absolute game changer when it comes to playing on that chaos mode, because it just makes those battles so much more manageable. Did you know while out on a stroll or on the battlefield, you can hold the left trigger to call your horse, and if you actually hold that button, you will automatically mount your horse, making you faster on the battlefield or just moving faster from A to B. You can also engage in combat on your horse as well. And for the longest time, I honestly did not understand how the horse mechanic in this game worked. But did you know that while you're also on a stroll, you can actually engage in combat with bandits around the realm? You can attack them, giving yourself a little bit of extra experience and of course extra gold and rations to boot. Early game, this is actually a really good way to earn that extra little experience and gain a couple of early levels, because doing this is completely untimed. It has no impact on your month to month things, meaning it's not fast forward in time, and you can honestly get a couple of extra levels. Did you know that while in combat, all you have to do is press down on a directional pad to bring out your bow, changing weapons, meaning you can then launch a volley of arrows into the enemy. Again, for the longest time, I did not know this. So hopefully just by telling you this, I have saved someone an embarrassing search. Honestly, swapping to range attack can actually be really beneficial when fighting on those harder difficulties, when going up against those officers that are just a little bit too tricky. Did you know that when you hold down LB, as well as bringing up the options for your secret plans that are already prepared, you can also block incoming attacks from doing this? Speaking of combat, did you know that if you hold down B or circle, depending on which console you're actually on, it will extend your Mushu attack, draining your meter and of course dealing out more damage. This can be especially helpful against the bosses when it comes to finishing the wars as quickly as possible when you are on that chaos and hard difficulty. And did you know, unfortunately, the playthrough only lasts 50 years, which is a real shame. However, fear not, if you have got married and you guys are happily married, and as far as I can tell, it's impossible to not be happily married, which is pretty cool, you two will have a child which you can continue your playthrough on. Well, you can make a new playthrough as that selected child, which is pretty cool. That child does inherit traits from both the father and the mother as well, which is really interesting. So when it comes to actually thinking about your next playthrough, have a little think about the character you're playing and a character that will suit your traits, because those traits can be inherited to your child. So have a little think. You can really create a very, very powerful heir. And this next one's a little bit of a warning, because did you know that you can actually lose officers when you lose a battle? Now on chaos mode, on hard mode, it can be very easy to kind of try and take on a battle that unfortunately you're just not ready for. You may not be leveled enough, you may not have lowered their defenses enough, and the battle just isn't going your way. Maybe you didn't do your secret plan and you end up losing a battle. It can be so easy to lose on chaos mode, the odd battle. But unfortunately, if you lose, you do actually run the risk of having your officers, your generals, recruited by the enemy, just like you can do when you defeat them in battle. So keep that in mind the next time you take on somebody that may just be slightly out of your reach. And that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching me, guys. Hopefully you learned something or just found this video entertaining. They are kind of 10 tips or tricks that I wish I knew before I started playing the game. Some of these things I have covered in previous videos, but maybe this is the first video you're actually catching. Like I said, I do actually have a ton of other content, so if you're interested in knowing more stuff about Dynasty Warriors, check those other videos out. But thank you very much for joining me, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. And until next time, happy gaming.